Okay, so you're getting ready for an energy consulting interview? Well, that's great.
Yeah.
This field's really taking off, growing like crazy, projected at 8% over the next decade.
Uh-huh.
You're clearly onto something big here.
It's a pretty amazing time to be in this industry. The whole world's talking about sustainability, and energy consultants are right at the forefront of that change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to help you navigate all this exciting stuff, we've got a whole bunch of resources from RoleCatcher,
Yeah.
career guides, interview guides, even insights into how their AI can help you fine-tune your responses for certain jobs.
RoleCatcher has really changed the game for interview prep. Especially like how their AI looks at job descriptions and tells you exactly what skills you should be showing off.
It's pretty slick.
It's
So our mission here is to give you all the knowledge and strategies to not just answer those interview questions, but to really knock their socks off.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's dive into some common questions you might get, starting with, what inspired you to pursue a career in energy consulting?
Okay, so this is your chance to really grab their attention with your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Go beyond just the generic answers. What really got you started on this path? Was it a certain project, a mentor who inspired you, or maybe a growing concern about climate change?
Yeah, it's all about connecting your personal story with that bigger picture of the energy industry. And remember, if you're ever feeling adventurous or want to see what other careers are out there, RoleCatcher has over 3,000 career guides, so you can explore all sorts of possibilities.
That's awesome. And speaking of sparking curiosity, you can pretty much bet they'll ask about your experience. Think about how you'd answer this one. What kind of energy projects have you worked on in the past?
All right, so this is where you get to show off your expertise. But don't just list off the projects, bring them to life. Like, imagine you're talking about a renewable energy installation. Did you analyze the site feasibility, manage relationships with vendors, or oversee the implementation? Every little detail paints a clearer picture of what you can do.
Exactly. Or let's say you did energy audits for commercial buildings. Did you pinpoint areas for improvement, figure out potential cost savings, or present your findings to the clients? This is your moment to show off your analytical skills and your communication skills, which are super important in energy consulting.
For sure. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze your resume against specific job descriptions, and it'll point out any missing skills. So you can be ready to talk about them in your answers. Like if the job description emphasizes knowing about energy tariffs, make sure you weave that into how you describe your projects.
That AI feedback is so helpful. It's like having a coach who highlights exactly what the interviewers are looking for.
Exactly.
All right, so how about we tackle this question? How do you keep up to date with the latest trends and innovations in the energy industry?
Okay, this is where you got to go beyond just the obvious stuff.
Mhm.
Attending conferences and reading publications are a given to stand out. Maybe mention some specific industry thought leaders you follow, like Amory Lovins or Varun Sivaram, or highlight a recent advancement that you're really excited about, like the development of solid-state batteries.
Yeah, showing that you're not just informed, but actually engaged with how the industry is changing. That's what will set you apart.
Definitely.
And RoleCatcher's network management tool can be super helpful for organizing all those industry contacts and keeping track of your interactions.
Yeah, maximizing those networking efforts. All right, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about essential skills. What about this question? What skills do you think are essential for an energy consultant to possess? I mean, technical know-how is a must, right?
Oh, absolutely. But don't underestimate the power of those soft skills. Think about it. Energy consultants often work with clients who might not be so eager to embrace change, especially if it involves big investments. So being able to communicate the benefits of energy efficiency effectively, negotiate solutions that work for everyone, and build strong relationships with clients, that's critical.
It really is. And the RoleCatcher Career Guide actually highlights this perfectly in its functions and core abilities section. They really emphasize persuasion, negotiation, and active listening as key skills for energy consultants to be successful.
Yeah, and that's where RoleCatcher's AI feedback is so helpful again. It can analyze your responses and give you suggestions for making them more persuasive and impactful, like having a speech coach fine-tuning your delivery.
I like that. So we've covered 3 important questions so far. What's next on our deep dive agenda?
Let's get into some more in-depth questions, ones that really test your understanding of the industry and your problem-solving skills. Something like, what do you consider to be the biggest challenges facing the energy industry today?
Ooh, that one definitely needs a deeper dive. I'm all ears.
Okay, so let's break down that question about the biggest challenges facing the energy industry. This is where you really show off your knowledge of the industry and your ability to think critically.
Yeah, it's a chance to go beyond just listing challenges and really show that you understand how complex things are. I'm ready to level up my knowledge here.
All right, so think about the global shift towards renewables. What are some of the roadblocks to getting everyone on board? Maybe you talk about how solar and wind energy aren't always available, the need for better energy storage solutions, or the challenges of integrating them into the existing power grid.
Or maybe you could talk about the geopolitical side of things, like the need for countries to be energy independent, securing those essential minerals for making batteries, or navigating all those international agreements on carbon emissions.
Exactly. And don't forget about the economic factors, the cost of switching to renewable energy, the impact on those traditional energy sectors, and making sure everyone can afford energy. Those are all critical pieces of this complicated puzzle.
So it sounds like this question isn't really about having all the answers, but more about showing that you understand how all these challenges are connected.
Exactly. You want to show the interviewer that you see the big picture and get how multifaceted these issues really are. And remember, RoleCatcher's Career Guide gives you a solid foundation for understanding these challenges and how they all relate to each other.
It's like having a cheat sheet for the complex world of energy. So now I'm curious, what kind of follow-up questions might come from this discussion about industry challenges?
Well, they might ask you to go deeper into a specific challenge you mentioned. For example, they could say, you mentioned the need for robust energy storage solutions. What are some promising technologies in that area? And what are their pros and cons?
That's a good one. It shows that it's important to not just point out a problem, but also have some ideas about potential solutions.
Absolutely. And they might even ask you to connect those solutions back to your own skills and experience. Like, how do your skills and experience equip you to contribute to addressing this particular challenge?
Well, interesting. So it sounds like they're looking for someone who not only understands the challenges,
Yeah.
but is also excited and ready to tackle them head on.
Exactly. All right. Now let's switch gears a bit. Imagine they ask you, how do you approach working with clients who may not be receptive to your recommendations? Think about those times when you really need to be persuasive and build trust.
Okay, yeah. That's where those soft skills we were talking about earlier really come in. Active listening, clear communication, and being able to adjust your approach for different personalities. Those are all key.
Right. Remember, you're not just presenting technical solutions, you're building relationships.
Yeah.
So highlight your ability to empathize with the client's concerns, understand why they might be hesitant, and address those concerns with patience and respect.
It's about finding that balance between being an advocate for energy efficiency
Yeah.
and understanding the client's perspective
Yeah.
and what might be worrying them. So what are some real-world examples I could use to show those skills?
Okay, think about a time you worked with a client who wasn't sure about investing in a renewable energy project, maybe because of the upfront costs. How did you address those concerns? Did you give them a detailed cost-benefit analysis showing the long-term savings? Did you explore different financing options or government incentives to make the project more affordable?
Or maybe you had a client who was skeptical about how reliable renewable energy sources are. How did you handle that conversation? Did you share data and case studies proving that renewable energy technologies really work? Did you connect them with other clients who have successfully implemented similar solutions?
Yeah, those are great examples. By sharing specific stories, you show that you can overcome obstacles, get everyone on the same page, and ultimately get positive results for your clients.
It's all about showing that you're not just an energy expert,
Hmm.
but also a problem solver and someone who can build relationships.
Right. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can give you feedback on how your answers come across. It can help you adjust your tone and language to sound more persuasive and empathetic, which is really important when you're talking about sensitive topics with clients.
Yeah, it's like having a virtual coach helping you find the right balance between expertise and empathy. Speaking of standing out, what about this question? What do you think sets you apart from other energy consultants?
This is your time to shine. Go beyond just listing your skills and experience. What makes you unique? Do you have a specialized area of expertise, like energy storage solutions or building performance modeling? Have you come up with a unique way of doing energy audits or engaging with stakeholders?
Yeah, it's about highlighting what makes you a valuable addition to any team. And the RoleCatcher Career Guide has some great examples of career paths and profiles that can give you some ideas.
For example, if you're really passionate about sustainable transportation, maybe you could highlight your experience with electrifying vehicle fleets or developing microgrid solutions for charging infrastructure.
Or if you're a data analytics expert, you could showcase your ability to use data to optimize energy consumption, predict future trends, and create data-driven strategies for clients.
Exactly. And don't forget about RoleCatcher's portfolio feature. You can show off your successful projects, case studies, and testimonials that prove you have those unique skills and accomplishments.
That's like your own digital trophy case.
Hmm.
Okay, so now let's talk about juggling multiple projects. How would you answer this? How do you prioritize competing demands when working on multiple projects?
This question is all about showing your organizational skills and your ability to manage your time effectively. Talk about specific strategies you use to stay on top of everything. Do you use project management tools? Do you prioritize tasks based on deadlines and impact? Do you break down big projects into smaller, more manageable steps?
Yeah, in the fast-paced world of energy, you have to be able to adapt and be flexible. It's about showing that you can thrive in that kind of environment.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI analysis for video rehearsals can give you really helpful feedback on how you present those skills. It can help you figure out where you can be more clear and concise when you're talking about time management strategies.
It's like having a personal productivity coach.
Yeah.
So what other interview questions should we cover?
Let's talk about a question that a lot of people struggle with. Tell me about a time you failed. This one can seem a bit intimidating, but it's actually a chance to show your resilience and how you learn from your mistakes.
I get that. Talking about failing in an interview doesn't seem like the best idea. But I see how it can show that you're open to learning and growing. So how can we answer this question in a way that makes a good impression?
The key is to pick a specific example, a time when you faced a setback, learned from it, and came out a better professional. Don't be afraid to describe what happened honestly, but focus on what you did to fix the problem and the lessons you took away from it.
So instead of dwelling on the failure itself, we're highlighting our problem-solving skills and how we're committed to always improving. What kind of example would really resonate with an energy consultant interviewer?
Okay, let's say you were working on an energy efficiency project for a big building, and your initial recommendations didn't save as much energy as you expected. Walk them through how you figured out why that happened. Did you look at the building's energy consumption data again? Did you talk to other experts to get different perspectives? Did you find any unexpected factors that affected the results?
And the most important part, what did you learn from that experience? Did you refine how you analyze things, develop new ways to explain your recommendations to clients? Did you realize how important it is to do thorough site assessments?
Yeah, exactly. By showing that you can turn a setback into a learning opportunity, you demonstrate resilience, adaptability, and a commitment to excellence. Those qualities are highly valued in the energy consulting world. It's a fast-paced industry, and things are always changing.
It's like proving that you can handle the tough times and come out even stronger. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to go back to the RoleCatcher Career Guide for a minute. What are some key takeaways that our listeners can use to really excel in this field?
Well, the guide really emphasizes how important it is to keep learning. The energy landscape is constantly shifting, with new technologies, policies, and market trends popping up all the time. Joining professional organizations, like the Association of Energy Engineers or the American Council for an Energy-Efficient Economy, can give you access to great resources, networking opportunities, and continuing education courses.
It's like a one-stop shop for professional development, so staying up to date on the latest advancements in things like renewable energy technologies, energy storage solutions, and smart grid technologies is crucial for staying competitive and providing clients with the best solutions.
Absolutely. And don't forget about certifications, earning credentials, like the Certified Energy Manager, CEM, Certified Energy Auditor, CEA, or Lens Accredited Professional, LIDIAP. Shows that you have the expertise and that you're committed to professional growth. Those certifications can open doors to new opportunities and make you even more credible in the industry.
The guide actually breaks down each certification, explaining what it involves, who it's for, and the benefits of getting it. It's a great tool for figuring out your professional development plan.
Yeah, it is. Another important takeaway is building a strong professional network, going to industry conferences, connecting with people on LinkedIn, and participating in online forums can give you valuable insights, lead to collaborations, and open up new opportunities. Remember, RoleCatcher's network management tool can help you stay organized and keep track of all your interactions.
It's all about making those connections and building relationships that can help you grow your career.
Right. And finally, don't underestimate the power of personal branding. Create a strong online presence that shows off your expertise, your thought leadership, and your passion for the energy industry. Share your insights on LinkedIn, write articles for industry publications, or even start a blog. to establish yourself as a thought leader in your niche.
Building a strong personal brand can really set you apart and bring in exciting opportunities. It's about showing the world what makes you unique.
Exactly. Remember, getting the interview is just the first step. By showcasing your passion, your knowledge, and your skills, you can turn that interview into a launching pad for a fulfilling and impactful career in energy consulting.
So what does all this mean for our listener who's gearing up for that big interview?
It means you're not just going into an interview, you're walking in prepared, confident, and ready to make a great impression. Remember, the energy sector is constantly changing, so continuous learning, like using RoleCatcher's resources, is key to staying ahead.
And here's a final thought. What kind of impact do you see yourself making in this role? Think big, because this field has the power to shape the future of energy. Good luck. And may your passion for energy lead you to an amazing career path.